Hi, my name is Kajin, and my teammate is Luyudi, Muhammad Razim, and Koyan Kai. Now I'm going to present questions too. First, look at the questions. The questions given the income and the frequency. So to calculate the median, we have to create a new column to calculate the cumulative frequency for each interval. Okay, to calculate the median, first we have to calculate the median class. The total frequency in this question is 25, so we need to plus 1 and divide it by 2, and we get 13. It means that the median will exist in the interval 30 to 39. And next, we have to calculate LK, which is the lower class boundary of median class, by adding 29 and 30 and divided by 2. So we get 29.5 for the LK. And next is the N, which is the sum of frequency. We can just directly take the number you get in the last row of cumulative frequency. The next one is Fk minus 1, which is the cumulative frequency before median class. So in these questions, the Fk minus 1 is 12. The next one is Fk, which is the frequency of median class, that is 4. And then C is the class width. We can calculate C by taking upper boundary of the class interval and minus the lower boundary, and then we get 10. So lastly, we substitute all the value into the formula, and then we can get the median, which is 30.75. So B, we have to calculate mean. To calculate mean, we have to create a new column for midpoint, and then we calculate midpoint for each interval. Midpoint is represented by by x, and we can calculate fx by multiply the midpoint with its corresponding f. And then we take the sum of the fx divided by sum of frequency, then we can get the mean. Value is 34.1. Next, we have to calculate the person's coefficients of skewness. So we just use the formula 3 bracket mean minus median over standard deviation. And then we already calculate the mean and median in questions A. So the standard deviation will be 15 minus 15.937, and then we can get 0.63. Since sk is greater than 0, it means that the data distribution is skewed to the right. So next, I'll pass the presentation to my next uh, teammate, which is Muhammad Razim. Thank you.
Thank you, Eugene. Let's continue with the question 3. First, I read the question first. The residents of Block B, Block C, and Block D, Azalea apartment were asked if they were in favor or against in increasing parking fees to build new parking. From a total of 300 residents, 150 were in favor. So from here, we can obtain the information where the number of favor is 150, which is I, and then A, which is against, is 150 also. So out of 75 residents in Block B, 45 were against. So we can know that the total number of residents in Block B is 75, and the number of people who were against the increasing of the parking fees is 45. So 75 minus 45, we can obtain that 30 people who will support the increasing of the parking fees. There are 63 residents in Block C who were in favor, and there are 120 residents in Block D. So for A, construct a contingency table to represent the information above. So we can construct the table with two rows, which is I and A, and three columns B, C, and D. So for first column, which is for block B, second column block C, third column block D. So the total residents of block B is 75, and total residents in block D is 120. In order to find the total number of residents in block C, we have to add up 75 and 120 minus with 300, so we can obtain 105. And then moving to the next value, which is the number of block C residents who are against the what the against in increasing of parking fees, which is 150 minus 63 minus 45, we can obtain 42. And then we can sort in the values of the people who are support who are in favor in increasing of parking fees and against in increasing of parking fees inside the table. And yeah, then we can finish up the contingency table. So for part B, the residents who were against and the resident was not in block D. So this means is probability of A intersect with D prime. So probability of A we can simply obtain from the contingency table, which is 45 over 300. The number of sample space is 300, and then plus with 42, which is block C against. So 42 over 300. So we can get 29 over 100. Okay. So for C, residents in block C who were against, or the resident was in block D who were in favor. So the information that can obtain from the statement is the probability of block C, the residents of block C intersect with A, which is against, union with P, probability of block D, which is in favor. So from the table, we can obtain the probability C intersect with A. C intersect with A, which is 42 over 300, plus with probability D, block D intersect with favor, so which is 57. So we can simply add up and then get the answer is 33 over 100. So for D, the residents who were against or the residents was in block B. So this is the case where involve the union. So P A union B, the probability block A union block B, which is 150 over 300 plus with 75 over 300 minus with 45 over 300, we can get 3 over 5. So for E, residents who were in favor, given that he or she is block B resident. So this is a conditional probability where the keyword given is given that. So we can know that this is a conditional probability. So we simply apply the conditional probability Pi B is equal to Pi intersect with B divided by PB. So Pi intersect with B we can obtain from the table, which is 30 over 300 divided by P, probability of block B resident, which is 75 over 300. So the final answer would be 2 over 5. So for F, state the reason whether even I and B independent. So we can know that since there is an intersection between the probability I and probability B, which is 1 over 10, so this is not independent. Even I and even B are not independent. For G, mutually exclusive. State the reason whether even I and B are mutually exclusive. So for this case, probability I intersect with probability A is, we have the value which is 1 over 10 is not equal to 0. In order to get mutually exclusive, the intersection of both event must be 0. But in this case, it's not equal to 0. So the event I and B are not mutually exclusive. Thank you. That's all from us.